108 miles total. Most of them wouldn't be used to walking, but they were used to being strong workers and standing on their feet a lot. So everyone made it fine. And what I hope to do in 2025, around the day of that fire, May 27th, I hope to recreate this on a bus tour, a trolley bus, and it'll be a smaller trolley bus, and we'll go over from the church up to the mills, over the bridge, onto this highway, and then up. And we'll have a tour around the church area campus for 1 hour around that block. And then once we get to the cemetery, Precious Blood Cemetery, we'll talk about the Precious Blood Cemetery's existence. And we'll talk about many of the burials that happened that day. I have been able to find the birth certificates of 66 of the 71 people that died that day from that fire. I have been able to find out of the 31 people that were married of the 71, 3 were married to each other that were both the wife and husband died. So I had to find 28 marriage certificates, and I was able to find 25 of those 28. And in a trivial fashion, I was able to find all 71 burial records. And but what I mean by that is, sure, it was easy to find the ones that were buried in Precious Blood, but the others was not trivial. 10 were buried in Quebec province, and I found all those. And people were buried in 3 in Holyoke and in other locations, and I found all those. So I know the cemeteries where all the victims of the fire are buried into. And I know their true names because I found their birth certificates. And I know their spouses. In many cases, I also know who their mother and father are, and I found their parents' marriage records and birth certificates. And in some of the cases, I was able to find the parents' death certificates, and I was able to connect them and find a grave with the fire victims. So it was quite a project. I started to do it in earnest about 10 years ago when I realized I had enough ability to do this. And I have only a few records left. Okay, we're coming to the turnoff. I promise you it would be on Belmont Avenue, and it is. And up we go, finally towards the direction of the cemetery. The cemetery is still about 1.5 miles away. Can you imagine how much I had to walk? Right, along the way there's going to be 2 other cemeteries. In fact, 3 others. The first one we'll pass will be the Monte della Rosa Cemetery, started in 1932. We're also going to pass the back of the Notre Dame Cemetery, started in 1891. Neither of these existed, of course, in 1875. This road was made for farm roads. Okay, in about 5 seconds, we're going to start to pass those 2 cemeteries. The other cemetery we're going to pass is the St. Rose Cemetery